welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. Hope you're having a good day and life is going well. I have been having fun playing with a team member's stamp sets, and I want to share a project with you today. It's one that could be used for men or women, but I'm always excited when I have cards that'll work for men, because for me, those are the hardest ones to create, because it's so easy to do feminine cards. All right, let me show you our pieces of paper. This piece here is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Got a piece that's 2 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4, our normal inside piece, and 5.5 by 8.5, our normal card base. Start with our card base, and we will score it. It's already scored. We will burnish it. There we go. So we have our card base ready to go. Lay it aside. We're going to go with the piece that's 3.5 by 4 3/4. We're going to create a mountain scene. And this time, the mountains, I think I'm going to make them misty moonlight so they have that blue look to them. So the mountains are from the In the Grove stamp set. I guess I didn't show you the stamp sets. We'll stamp our mountains and then I'll show them to you. I think In the Grove and Grassy Grove go together so well. I love how they look. Let me grab my scrap paper here because my mountains are just a little bit longer than my paper. I'm going to start about halfway. Stamp my mountains. Then I'm going to go up and to the right just a little bit. So there's a second mountain range there. Isn't that pretty? All right. Now I want some grass down here at the bottom. So in the Grove set, I'm going to use this mountain here, which I just stamped. And then we're going to use this grass here. And then from Adventurous Skies, we're going to use the smallest airplane and the smallest cloud. And this saying, you're the best, plain and simple. The birds that I'm going to use are from Beside Me. And then Grassy Grove, I'm going to use this tree here. Or two trees, I should say. Can't count my trees today. Mossy Meadow is my green ink that I'm using. And let's see, here we go. I'm going to stamp them down at the bottom. And I want some space in between. Now this stamp isn't quite long enough. So I'm going to come over here, stamp again, and then second generation, I'm going to stamp down here at the bottom just to fill in that white so we don't have a lot of white there. Now I want to make water in between my mountains and my grass. So I'm using Balmy Blue and my blending brush. Remember, you always want to get some blending going on your brush before you go on your paper. And you want to start off your paper and then go in circles to put your blending onto your paper. Had so much fun with this set. Created so many beautiful cards with mixing the In the Grove and Grassy Grove. All right, so I thought it would be fun to add a cloud, and I'm going to actually do those in the Balmy Blue. So I'm going to add a cloud over here, and then I think I'll add part of one right there. And then I thought the sky needed a set of birds as well. They're going to be in Smoky Slate, like that. I could just make card after card after card with this set. I just love the mountains. I think they are so pretty. Now, I hope I left enough space. I did. All right, so in the water, I'm actually going to stamp You're the Best, Plain and Simple. I forgot about that when I was putting my green. I should have gone down just a little bit farther, but I think it's going to fit in there. You're the Best, Plain and Simple. But if I'm going to say plane, then I need an airplane. So I stamped this smallest airplane from the Adventurous Skies set, and I don't want him to be just outline where everything else is filled in. So I've got my Night of Navy watercolor pencil, and we'll fill in the airplane. I always like to do a light color. I know some people like to color dark, but I just like light. And that way my airplane doesn't look out of place with everything else being colored in. I'm going to pop him up with dimensionals because he's flying. So all I have on my table today are my big dimensionals. So we'll cut those down. All the sets I'm using are available at stampinup.com. I'm happy to order them for you. I put in orders quite frequently, so I'm always happy to add your order to mine. There we go. Just love that. If you're not a mountain person, this card probably doesn't appeal to you, but I just love it. All right, so what I did was I took the Simply Swirly, So Swirly embossing folder. Now this is the really large one that I think they're like 5x7, 5x8, something like that. It's more than 5 because this piece is 5, so it must be 6. Great big piece. And I added the swirlies because I don't know, with airplanes, swirly just seems like the thing that I should add. Go back to our card base. And I'm going to add the swirly piece right up here at the top with my ink. Like this way. You always want to make sure you put a lot of adhesive down when you're using embossing folders because they don't have your glue isn't in contact with all of the paper. So you need to make sure I got that straight. There we go. And I'm going to pop this piece up on top of that. So I'll grab some more dimensionals. You know, I share these ideas with the thought that you can take my idea and then add to it, change it a little bit. And I would love to see what you're creating. So please post a picture of what you created from what I created today, what gave you the idea for your project. Or if you're not comfortable posting it for everyone to see, you could always email it to me or do it in a private message. It's always so encouraging, I have to tell you, when I know that something I've created has sparked someone to create something else. So please consider sharing with me what you make from my ideas. It just really makes my day if I know people are getting inspiration from what I do. And if you copy this exactly, that's all right too. That would make me feel really good because you really liked my idea. So there's the front of the card. Now for the inside, I'm going to stamp these two big trees in Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to leave the inside because You're the Best, plain and simple, could be used for a lot of different things. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this card for. So I'm going to leave it blank on the inside. There we go. There's my two trees to add just a little something to the inside. I like the Misty Moonlight. It's a nice dark blue, but not as dark as our Night of Navy. I think it's a nice in-between color. So there's the front. There's the inside. Going to add my name to the back like I always encourage you guys to do. And then I'll show you how I'm going to decorate my envelope, and then this project will be done. All right. So I guess you didn't see that. There's my name. So let's grab an envelope. And I thought it would be fun just to stamp the mountains on this one. So I'm going to go back to my mountains. I'm going to stamp them on the flap. So when the person that gets this turns it over, they're going to see this beautiful mountain range on the back of the envelope. And then just add a little something. I'm going to add some birds here. And then on the front, I'm going to put some birds right up here in the corner where I'll put my return address. So there's my envelope for this. Hope you've enjoyed this project. Please, please, please share with me if I've inspired you to create something. I would love to see it. Share it with all of us, or you can share it with just me. Thanks for watching. Hope this has sparked your creativity, and I'll see you next week.